Hello and welcome back to RH Movie Recap. Today I'll show you Down, a 2019 horror, drama, and fantasy film. There will be spoilers ahead. Take precautions and exercise caution. On a Friday night, Jennifer is one of the last persons to leave the office. She's taking a jet to New York for the long weekend to meet her ex-fiancé for Valentine's Day, so she sends him an email. She doesn't want to be late for her trip, so she takes some candy and rushes out of the office. Guy is also getting ready to leave work at the same time. They find themselves waiting for the elevator at the same time. Jennifer ascends to the 49th level, while he descends to the 42nd. Guy instantly begins conversing and laughing with her. She responds but does not appear to be interested in engaging in discussion. When the elevator abruptly stops, Guy shows her an etching on the wall. He tries the keys and the alarm button, but nothing works, even though the elevator appears to be powered on. Guy tries to open the door, but it also does not work. They try waving to the fully operating camera, but no one answers their cries. To make matters worse, because they are 4 levels underground, none of their phones have service. Jennifer wonders where the building's security is, concerned that she may miss her flight. They attempt calling for aid and beating on the door 15 minutes later, but no one can hear them. Guy suspects an escape hatch, so she awkwardly climbs on his shoulders and they inspect the elevator ceiling. He sets her down since she damaged her hand by beating on it. 1 hour later, Jennifer knows she won't make her flight, and despite Guy's attempts to lighten the atmosphere, she curses everything and everyone out. They finally identify themselves and continue the banter that Guy began the moment he walked onto the elevator. Guy offers Jennifer his bottle because she doesn't have any water in her thermos, but they joke that they should open the wine he has on him instead. They both giggle when they realize they have bottle openers in their bags. They don't crack open the wine, but she accepts his water. Jennifer gives Guy part of the sweets as a consolation prize for not having any actual food. She believes they should preserve their food because they may be confined in the elevator until Tuesday. Jennifer needs to pee 4 hours later and desperately tries to hold it in since she is too ashamed to do so in front of Guy. Guy proposes she relieve herself in her thermos after telling her to go in the corner over his coat. He is forced to hide his eyes and cover his ears. Guy starts singing as well, and she eventually pees. She then adds to the artwork on the elevator wall. Later, they play a game and start talking about more intimate matters. Guy informs her that no one will be looking for him because he is too preoccupied with his profession. Jennifer claims to be the same. She tells him she intended to surprise someone in New York, but he probably didn't want her to come at all. Guy decides it's about time they opened the wine and handed it to her. They raise a glass to not being dead yet. They keep themselves engaged much later by drawing each other and getting closer. Guy admits that he'd seen her in the office building previously, but didn't tell her because he didn't want to sound like a stalker and make her feel uncomfortable. She doesn't take it as badly as he expected. In fact, she laughs about it. They complete their sketches and present them to one another. His portrait is more serious than hers. Jennifer apologizes and takes a snapshot of the painting, stating she'll use it as her profile image if they survive. They then discuss food, and since they're both hungry, she urges Guy to shift the subject. He cites several things, and she chooses to talk about making love, gets up, and turns her camera on him, asking about the dirtiest spot he's ever made love. Guy is a little shy, so she tells her story first. Jennifer tells him about one of her ex-boyfriends from college and how they slept together in a library. When it's Guy's turn, he still doesn't want to share his story since he doesn't think it's engaging. Jennifer instructs him to make up one. Guy shares a story about a hot female who wanted to be with him at a company picnic. He claims they got intoxicated, got in the car, and she started undressing while he was driving. Guy becomes strange and uneasy once more, telling Jennifer that he became aroused and had to stop. He apologizes because he believes he crossed a boundary, but she insists it's fine. Guy approaches her uncomfortably, kisses her, and then begins to undress her. They make love on the elevator. Guy then tells her that he could fall in love with her, but she runs away from him. Jennifer informs him that she wishes to rekindle her relationship with her ex. That was why she wanted to go to New York and surprise him, to patch things up and make everything better. Unlike Guy, she believes that, while their encounter was enjoyable, they should keep it casual because what she has with her ex is genuine. Jennifer is open and honest with him about how she feels and what her former relationship was like. Guy, on the other hand, believes they connected and that her ex does not deserve her. She becomes enraged since she plainly still loves him and tells Guy that after they exit the elevator, they'll just go back to their own lives. Guy continues to claim that they were intended to be together, and he begins to cry because he feels estranged despite the fact that they are imprisoned in a box together. Something switches in him, and Jennifer feels it. Guy begins to reveal his true identity to her. He lied to her about where he worked and his name. The man informs her that he didn't only see her, but that he saw her every day at work. He pulls out his phone and displays Jennifer's security images he has of her, recording the times and dates when it happened. The man pulls out a key and unlocks the elevator. Jennifer shatters the elevator key while flailing her legs during the struggle. They continue to fight, and she knocks him out with her shoe. Jennifer is concerned she killed him, so she approaches him to check on him when he suddenly jumps up and knocks her down. They both remain comatose in the elevator. Jennifer awakens after some time to discover the man awake. She questions him about why he did it. His rationale is that he wanted to get her away from everything so they could connect on a human level. He claims that they didn't simply have a date, but a whole relationship while confined in the elevator over the weekend. Jennifer believes he will not get away with it because someone will come to get them. Unfortunately, she discovers that the guy has taken all of the shifts for that weekend, and the two other guards will not be arriving until the extended weekend is finished on Tuesday. Jennifer wonders what he'll do, and he answers he'd sooner kill her than go back to prison. He claims that he never compelled her to do anything, but Jennifer claims that he kidnapped her. That pushes him into a rage. When he has calmed down, he opens the gift Jennifer had purchased for her ex-fiancé. In the bag, he discovers a shirt and a package. The man puts on the shirt and instructs Jennifer to open the remaining gifts. Jennifer opens the package to uncover cigars and the appropriate accessories, such as cigar scissors and a lighter. He starts a cigar and teases Jennifer even more, claiming that with all the lovely things, she could have gotten her ex back. In an ironic twist, he bids her a happy Valentine's Day. Later, the guy apologizes to Jennifer for frightening her and begs if they can reconcile. He requests another chance and tells her that she does not have to respond right immediately, but should think about it. The man comments on the trip advertisement playing in the elevator, adding that the folks in the video appear to be happy together. He's upset by the broken neon light in the elevator, so he smashes it with Jennifer's thermos. The man recognizes that the light bulbs beneath the ceiling panels must be replaced at some point. He believes he can remove that panel and exit the elevator from there. Jennifer stands up next to him as he breaks it open with the thermos. He begs Jennifer for assistance in getting up there, pledging to return for her. She climbs upon his shoulders and exits the elevator. Jennifer turns around and gives him the middle finger, which irritates him. As she climbs the ladder, he finds a way out of the elevator as well. The man binds two items of garments and throws them over the elevator beam. Jennifer is already going towards the door as he begins to ascend. He instantly garbs her and hurls both of them back into the elevator as she opens the door and shouts for help. They are both knocked out. Jennifer is the first to awaken and notices the fire sprinklers, which inspires her to devise a fresh escape strategy. She tries to set off the fire alarms by lighting a cigar, but when she fails, she causes a small fire. The guy awakens up as the elevator fills with smoke, and she hits him, breaking his nose. Jennifer is able to restrain him with a piece of clothing. He assures her that the fire alarm will not sound, but that they will be soaked and electrocuted. Jennifer threatens him with serious harm and forces him to admit to everything he's done to her. She activates her camera and films herself telling what she knows about what occurred. Jennifer focuses the camera on him and inquires as to his full name. He introduces himself as John Deakins. John admits that he purposefully trapped them in the elevator. He etched the drawing on the wall as well. He used the key to halt the elevator while she was not looking on Friday. Jennifer forces him to confess to locking her in the elevator. John admits to kidnapping and trapping her. He confesses to the camera everything he did to her, from banging her head on the ground to tossing her against the wall, as she continues to interrogate him. Eddie, another security guard, brings his new girlfriend to the building to show her the roof. When they enter, he looks for John, and if he can't find him, he examines the security monitors. Eddie notices John and Jennifer are trapped in the elevator and awakens them both. Jennifer begs him to take them out. While his girlfriend falls asleep on the couch, he tells her that he'll come down and bring them out. Eddie enters the elevator and uses a crowbar to open the doors. Jennifer wants to go, but he informs her that he needs to fully unlock the doors first and walks away. John suddenly knocks her out. He informs Eddie of his arrival and hands over the keys to John. Eddie says he'll crawl in to help them if John informs him it's not working. When John switches on the elevator and cuts him in half, he becomes trapped within and realizes that something has happened inside. He knocks Jennifer out once more, then drives her to his car and places her in the trunk. John returns to the building and disposes of Eddie's body and clothing. When John arrives at the front desk, he deletes all of the security camera footage. Eddie's girlfriend awakens, and John murders her as well before dropping her in the hole. John gets into his car and drives Jennifer to a remote area to dispose of her. To prepare, he puts gasoline into a dumpster. Before opening the trunk, John tells Jennifer that he still likes her and regrets that they can't be together. Jennifer pretends to be dead, and when John approaches the garbage, she smacks him on the head, gets in the car, and begins driving. She comes to a halt as she notices the lit cigar in the tray. Jennifer begins backing up the car and collides with a startled John. She comes out and notices him in the rubbish. Jennifer relights the cigar and walks away, then flicks the lit bud into the dumpster, thereby killing John.